Today I'm going to be showing you guys my self-tanning routine. A couple years ago I only did tanning beds and I did enjoy how long those results lasted, but I've kind of since embraced my skin tone. I don't think there's anything wrong with pale skin. In the summer when I'm on the beach, or for this particular occasion I'm getting ready for 4th of July and I'm going to a pool party, I really want my legs to kind of be more tan, and obviously if I'm going to do my legs, I'm going to do the rest of the skin that I'll be showing. Another occasion I did it for was Generation Beauty, just because I was going to be showing a lot of skin, like arm and leg wise. I wore like shorts and tank tops. So I just feel a little bit more confident when I'm tanned because it hides a lot of little imperfections that I notice on my body personally. But there's nothing wrong with being pale, just throwing that out there. Today I'm going to be using this tanning mousse by St.Tropez, or St.Tropez, however you choose to pronounce it. This is the one that you leave on overnight or for a long period of time. They want you to wait 4 to 6 hours before getting wet if you use this formula. I'm pretty much just going to put it on, and then when I shower tonight, that should be probably 8 hours because I go to bed pretty late. They do have another alternative to this formula, which is their 1 hour tan. You can do 1 hour for light, 2 hours for medium, 3 hours for dark. That one intimidates the crap out of me because as a mom, I ain't got time to make sure that I'm like mess free for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours if I'm going for dark. So this just is what I prefer to use. In their line of tanning, they also sell this little mitt right here. Mine's pretty dirty because I've used it before, and this is supposed to be the recommended applicator. I do enjoy this applicator, but it's not the most amazing thing in the world. I do think there are plenty of inexpensive alternatives. I think this retails for like $5. But if you don't want to do that, you can buy a pack of these little applicators from the dollar store, Michael's, pretty much wherever, and you can swipe it on using that, blend that on. I've also seen people use a brush, and I would definitely recommend using a brush that you don't care about. I'm not about to use like a Sigma brush to apply my bronzer, but for example, this is an e.l.f. powder brush, and it has a flat surface, which I think would be good for kind of buffing and blending that color out, and you especially would use this when you're doing your hands or your feet. Before I tan, I shave and exfoliate my legs. To shave today, I'm just going to use my razor blade, and this is Dr. Carver's Easy Shave Butter. Totally stole this from Michael. Some people really go all out with their exfoliation. I use a loofah whenever I shower, so I don't feel like my legs necessarily need to be super exfoliated. When I rinse my legs, I'll probably use a loofah, but you can also use a scrub. I used to use the apricot scrub from St. Ives. That will give you a really, really, really intense exfoliation. So it's totally up to you. I personally don't feel like it makes my tan last longer. I will say that if you have patchy or dry skin, it is going to help give you a more even tan when you're all done. So of course I'm going to show you a clip of my legs before I tanned. So the first thing I'm going to do is shave my legs. I'm dry shaving because I'm in California and we're in a drought, and it's also a little bit easier to film this out of the shower. So I'm just applying the Dr. Carver's Easy Shave Butter and then using my executive razor blade to shave my legs. Alright, now that my legs are freshly shaved and exfoliated and rinsed, I'm going to go ahead and moisturize any dry patches. That would be, for me personally, my knees, my ankles, and my elbows. I do put a little bit on my fingertips and my toes so that the tan doesn't cling on to any of those areas and create kind of a mucky, uneven tan. And don't worry, this is not like your average bronzer or your average tanner. Adding the lotion isn't going to mess up the formula at all. It's just going to dilute it a little bit so you have a more natural looking tan. So don't freak out. It's totally fine that the lotion is mixing with the bronzer. Alright, now it's time to get some color on us. You're going to go ahead and pump a couple of pumps into your glove, and if you're not using the glove, you can just put it directly onto your skin, and you want to start blending away with whatever tool you chose. I chose the glove, and so I'm going to be blending away in circular motions, but if you decided to do the little painting sponge, then you can use that as well, or like I said, the buffing brush. For me, I use the buffing brush as it gets closer to the extremities, like again my feet and my hands. So for now I'm just doing the large chunks that I know I'm not going to mess up. You can go over any specific area as many times as you want. I know in a lot of tutorials they say, you know, this is how many pumps I use for my legs, this is how many pumps I use for my arms. Don't feel like you have to follow that guideline specifically. Sometimes I use 2 pumps, sometimes I use 3. I just keep going until I feel like I've placed the product on as evenly as possible. So don't feel like you have to adhere to a specific guideline. Just go with whatever your body is telling you, because we're all shaped differently. Some of us got some more surface area to cover than other people, and that's okay. So like I said, when you get to your lotioned knees and ankles and elbows, just treat them normally, circular motions, applying the product. Add an additional pump to your glove or brush as necessary. Now here's the tricky part, and the part that you really want to pay special attention to when it comes to your hands and to your feet, but for me personally, mostly my hands. You want to make sure that you're blending your tan as evenly as possible. This is where I use the brush. I do stop placing product once I get to my wrist, and then I'm gonna just swipe the rest of the product out on top of my hand using this brush. And then I definitely want to make sure that I'm getting in between my fingers, because you don't want that area looking super duper white. Don't do the palms of your hands, in case that wasn't already known. So then you want to let it dry. One thing that I will say about this product is that it says that once it's dry to the touch, you're good to go. However, I noticed that it never really feels 110% dry. It continues to feel slightly tacky. So for me, the general rule is if I can touch my arm or my leg and I'm not moving any product around and it doesn't necessarily feel wet, it just feels a little bit sticky, then I know that it's okay. I have gone to bed in this product before in my white sheets, and I have noticed the next day that I had some of it left around on my bedding, and I was so sad. I thought that I stained it, but when I rinsed it off when I washed it in the washing machine, it came right out. I didn't have to add anything crazy. I don't even think I put bleach. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that it's not going to stain your sheets. No guarantees. I'm just sharing my experience with you. Sometimes tans can come off in chlorine too, and I've worn this tan in salt water and in chlorine water pools, and I haven't noticed any kind of loss of color due to those chemicals, so I don't think you're going to have that problem. But yeah, overall it's a pretty good product. If I could change one thing about it, it would be that stickiness. I'm not a big fan of that feeling, but I can live with it because of the result that it gives me. I find that it fades probably after 3 days, and it does fade very evenly, very naturally. It just looks like I'm getting pale all over again, just a little sped up. It says it's 100% natural, but I can't understand any of those ingredients. And here is the official after shot. As you can see, I'll do a side-by-side of before and after. It definitely gives you a really pretty tan. I don't think that it's orange at all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe so you don't miss any other videos, and leave me a comment down below letting me know what else you would like to see on my channel. You can check the description box down below for more product information and how you can find me on social media. And I think that's everything. I will see you guys later. Bye! So Michael's got a little thing set up for me and him. Probably gonna grab some wine after the kiddos go to sleep. And supposedly you can see the fireworks in that general direction. But we'll see how it goes.